What is up, everyone? It is currently 7:30 p.m. on May 26th, Monday. It's actually Memorial Day, and you guys are going to get a complete behind-the-scenes day in the life tomorrow, right? Because I wanted to show you guys that, successful day for a high performer starts the night before. Okay, so right now I'm doing my to-dos for tomorrow, do my journaling, kind of reflecting on wins, losses from the start of the week, right, on this Monday. But tomorrow I'm going to go through my entire day from waking up at 6 a.m. to winding down in the evening and show you guys, for one, what it really looks like to be an online fitness coach running a multi-six-figure fitness business, and also just to show kind of like how you can be successful in your career, right? Like be ambitious, be busy, and all at the same time, guys, I'm in prep for my first men's physique bodybuilding competition. So you can absolutely, still work out. So I wanted to make this for my busy professional clients to show them, hey, I'm busy too, right there with them. But also anyone who's watching who thinks they're too busy to get in the best shape of their life, right? Because we train lawyers, CEOs, high performing executives, and a lot of them, are getting in the best shape of their life, right? So you can absolutely have it all. All right. And another thing that inspired me, what got me into wanting to do this, like live this lifestyle, is this is what got me in, like watching YouTubers like Christian Guzman, Max Tuning, Russell Orhe, those videos, like, watching those vlogs that they would do didn't just entertain me. They educated me, kind of gave me a blueprint of what's possible to kind of create the lifestyle that you want. Right. So I'm making this for a lot of different reasons, but just wanted to give you guys behind the scenes of what it looks like in a day of my life. So I hope you enjoy. Whew. Welcome to a day in my life, 1 month out from our first men's physique bodybuilding competition. This is what the physique's looking like first thing in the morning. Not the best lighting in here, but you guys will get a look at my update to my coach today, because I do those every Tuesday. And so I spared you guys of the very first thing, me taking a piss in the morning.
Well, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff.
Spared you of that, but pretty much the first official thing is I'm going to weigh myself, which I do every morning. So let's go ahead and do that. Wow, and it's a new low weigh-in. So this is literally the lightest I've been since I think my freshman year of high school. 164.5, believe it or not. So pretty dang lean. I'm starting to get the leg striations a little bit. Again, this is bad lighting. You guys will get better lighting here in a little bit, but according to this scale, this is an in-body, and it's got the handheld thing. It says 3% body fat. I know that's not accurate. I'm getting a DEXA scan soon, but I am getting pretty dang lean. So, guys, that's the first thing of the day, weighing myself. Next thing is I'm going to brush my teeth and get dressed here, and I'm showing you the entire day. So let's get after it. Woo! I wanted to highlight as well that every morning when I'm putting on my shoes after I get dressed, I actually usually just kind of sit here for a good 5 to 10 minutes, and I kind of do some meditation / prayer, just kind of like visualize my day a little bit, just kind of some silent thought. So that's one thing I do every morning, is just make sure I kind of have that quiet time. So I'm not going to sit here for 5 to 10 minutes and record that, but I just wanted you guys to know that's one of the first things I do as well. Like I said, Tuesdays are check-in days with my coach, Alex Toplin, IFBB Pro. So I am going to be doing a check-in here for my camera. I got to take 4 specific poses: 1 a men's physique front pose, 1 men's physique back pose, and then 2 relaxed front and back. And I always do some posing practice as well, so I'll show you guys that. Let's see if I can set you up here. Always takes me a few shots, so I might take a couple of times here. Back pose. And then just too relaxed. Let me give you guys a full physique update. So that's the front. And first thing, fasted in the morning, this is what I'm looking like. So, completely relaxed. Probably the only time in my life that completely relaxed, I've got like a full 6-pack here. So then I'm gonna do a little bit of posing practice. I'll show you guys my routine. I'm gonna get a video or two of that, and then we'll start the day. That's my quick posing routine. So I usually send that to my posing coach, Josh Mata. So I've got, a regular coach for my fitness, and then I've got a posing coach. I know a lot going on, right? It's a lot for one show, but I just really want to do well. And I'm someone that really, as a coach, I really believe in coaching. So guys, that's my check-in. You guys will see me kind of like say things to Alex later on in a video. And he gives me a video response back, so you'll see that as well. But even if you don't have a coach, weighing yourself first thing in the morning and taking some progress pictures is just a really good habit to have. It's just like, you almost kind of have to have that accountability with yourself when you do that. So that's the first thing of the day. Next thing is going to be kind of like getting my coffee, my water, and everything. So I'll show you guys that, and we'll get started with work. I wanted to highlight real quick that this front room is literally just cardio and it's for posing. So I've got my TV here, guys. Huge hack: if you can get a TV where you do your cardio, it makes the time go by really fast sometimes when you just don't feel like doing cardio. Get a little habit stacking tactic there. But so yeah, just wanted to show you guys this room. I'll show you guys all the rooms in my house, what they're used for. So just cardio and posing in here. Probably will get maybe some more gym equipment / cardio in here at some point, but as of now, that's all it is. All right, you may be wondering, why is Cade wearing a jacket? He's in Texas in the summer, right? But I keep it really cold in my house. One, I just like it. That's what's comfortable for me. I kind of like wearing a jacket. I feel like it's comfortable. But also, you can burn a little bit more calories throughout the day if you keep it pretty cold in your environment. And then with all that, on top of that, like I said, I'm getting very lean. And so I'm just like inherently more cold. Like it's 90 something degrees out usually now in Texas. And like, I'm not hot, like I'm not sweating or anything. It's pretty crazy. So anyway, the next thing I do for the day is get my coffee made for the day. And I get, I do essential amino acids in the morning. But the very first thing before all that, hydration wise, is 30 ounces of water. I chug this thing. So I'm gonna chug this, and then I put my essential amino acids into a 20-ounce bottle of water over here. And then I drink that as I start my day before any sort of coffee. So I get 50 ounces of water to start the day. It's huge, guys. Like hydration, like to get yourself going, start performing, get your mind right. Like your body needs water in the morning. You get super dehydrated throughout the night. Okay, so that's one of the very first things I do. Make my coffee, but I don't drink the coffee until at least an hour and a half to 2 hours after I wake up, because you don't get much out of coffee right when you wake up. A lot of people don't know this. What coffee does is actually blocks your adenosine receptors, and that's what makes you sleepy. But right when you wake up, you've basically you don't need that until an hour and a half to 2 hours. Okay, so And it's also good for stress and cortisol as well to push that off a little bit farther as well. So I'm gonna get that all set up, drink my water, and then I'll show you guys into my office. We'll get started for the day. Before we head into my office, I wanted to show you guys, this is the bar stool that I worked off of for like, I guess 3-4 years before I even had an office with a computer chair and a computer desk and everything. So I just want to show you guys that was the grind, just working off the bar and bar stool in my apartment for 3-4 years. But let's go ahead. It's my living room. That was the kitchen, by the way. Take you into my office. So guys, super grateful to have an office. Like I said, I worked off that bar stool for 3-4 years. But this side, so I work here. So this is my work area. That's you can lift that up. That can be a standing desk. Funny thing, I thought that was going to be soundproof panels, but it's really just for decoration at this point. But yeah, that's where I work. Super comfortable computer chair. And then as I'm working, I set this wall up strategically to be like a motivation wall, and it really does pump me up. So I'm going to show you guys kind of everything that's on this wall. So this is my vision board. It's got people and things, images that just inspire me and make me want to work hard. At the top, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a picture of me when I was 120 pounds and kind of a more recent picture of me just showing my transformation. At the very top is the first magazine article that I was featured in. And then this really pumps me up. So this is a weeks of my life calendar, and it's got like 4,000 dots on there. And then every week, I need to bubble in this week, is like you bubble in the week that you've lived of your life. And it's just a crazy visual. It's like I've lived those many weeks. Just imagine another chunk of that, and it's like then you just have like the end of your life. Like the next chunk that I've already lived is basically like that's probably like the quality years, right? So it just pumps me up every week to take advantage of every single week, every single day. That's just a map of Texas. I just think it's kind of cool. It's JJ Watt. Just looked up to him growing up. The world's strongest man, I think 4 times world's strongest man, Brian Shaw. He's crazy work ethic. This is actually just this is a Mighty Ducks jersey signed by the actors of the movie. If you're a 90s kid, you know the Mighty Ducks, but won that in a charity auction. I just kind of like that, and it kind of makes me just like pumped up. I want to be able to donate to charities a lot one day, hopefully, and things like that. So business goals, map of the world, because I want to be able to travel a lot more. So that's a thing that pumps me up. So that's just something when I first got started, my first month of my business, I had like every day, you can see on there, it says book 2 calls, get 1 new client. So that was my goal, like every single day. And in that first month, I got things done and got a lot of clients very quickly because I just like had that goal of I need to get these tasks done. So that just motivates me to look at that, keep grinding. On the ground, you can see it's kind of funny because when I worked in the gym, I got awards for being like a top trainer, and it's like I still had to do things on the side just to get by. So it's like even if you're the top trainer at like a high-end gym, it's like it's not even enough, right? That's a big reason why I started doing this online. So I'll go ahead and get you guys going, show you guys my work day, but that's the office. So before I do any sort of work every day, I journal for 2 minutes. This is a 2-minute mornings journal, and I really like it because it prompts you. It says, I will let go of, and then you're going to write down something you're going to let go of, one thing you're grateful for, and then I will focus on, and it's 3 things. So it kind of just gets your mind right for the day. I'll show you guys later on. I do some journaling at night as well, but I'll go ahead and do this. Maybe I'll share with you guys what I write. We'll see. Figured I'd share with you guys what I wrote. So I will let go of productive procrastination. I feel like a lot of times people do a lot of busy work to avoid the things they really need to do. All right, so productive procrastination is something I want to let go of. I am grateful for people who want to improve, right? All the people that I talked to today, they're people that are wanting to get better and they're seeking out help to improve. And I'm grateful for people like that. I will focus on getting my new, I've got one kind of consultation call, one initial one, second one. So I'm going to focus on getting that new client, great conversations with everyone that I talked to today, and leading my team that I have. So that's my journaling for today. So it's time to get started with the first task of the day, which is pretty much every day. My first work task is writing a tweet, or now it's called X, right? So an X post. So that's going to be the first thing I do. And I guess I'll go ahead and read to you guys what I come up with that, and then we'll officially get to like the work. This is what I came up with. Most people will spend today making excuses for why they can't change their life. You have the same 24 hours to prove them wrong. Stop planning, stop preparing, stop waiting for the right time. Start today. Your results depend on it.
Recording in progress.
Good morning, Alex. I hope you're doing well, sir. So weight update today is 164.5, so that is a new low. So that was obviously a video check-in for my coach, saying all the things that he has to know each week, and I'll show you guys the response he gives me back later. But that was the next quick task of the day. And then I send this to him, and I send him my pictures from this morning. And then the next thing we've got on the schedule today is now finally at this point, I'll kind of start looking at some of my notifications, some of my texts that I've gotten from clients from the day before, the night before and everything, respond to some stuff, look at the notifications on TrueCoach, which is the app I use for workouts for my clients. And on Tuesdays, I do weekly check-ins. So kind of like you just saw me do with Alex, my clients do that with me, where they send me videos, tell me how they've executed on certain things throughout the week, and then I give them a video response back, whether it's, hey, you did good, right, like answering those questions, or sometimes I got to give some tough love. So I'll show probably a few of those that I'm doing as well. But I've got notifications like that, and then videos of form to check from clients and everything like that. So usually at this point in the day, I've got about 30 minutes to an hour to get through those notifications before I start having actual calls for the day. One thing I want to highlight too real quick, because you guys will see that I have a lot of check-ins and calls and consultation calls, a lot of talking with people today. I try to break things up. I get this from Alex Hormozy. I've kind of got manager days and then I've got maker days. Okay, so today is definitely more of a manager day, even though I'm making this content. But I have days where I have a lot more calls, a lot of client fulfillment and things like that. I have days where I'm really focused on that. And then I have days where I'm pretty much just mostly focused on making content, right? And I like to separate the two because it just makes it's a completely different mindset. You're in a different frame of mind. Today is more of I'm doing things, getting tasks done, helping clients. It's a completely different kind of part of the brain, I feel like. And on certain days, it's all creative. I'm creating content, writing a lot more, making a lot more videos, things like that. So I like to separate the two. I just wanted to highlight that. Good morning, brother. It was great checking in with you yesterday. And really solid first month on the program. Hey guys, so this is Richard. He's basically my, I would say life coach at this point. I started going to Richard, when was that? 2020, Richard, 2019, 2020, something like that, right around COVID. And in the beginning, because Richard is a psychologist or psychiatrist. And so it was very much working through certain things, even from my childhood and stuff like that I've never shared on social media or anything. But at this point, we still work through things. He's a great listener, but he also provides feedback when it's needed. But I think of you more as a life coach at this point, Richard. So just want to say I appreciate you, and you're a big part of my life, and just you help me navigate things, and I recommend therapy to anyone, or counseling or life coaching, whatever you want to call it. So, yeah.
Yes, thank you. It's been great to work with you as well. It's been quite a journey for us so far.
Yes.
Yep. More to come.
Yep.
Right? More to come.
Yep. Onwards and upwards. Say what up, guys.
Good morning.
Hey, what up?
Now I have those. I have them automated to send to everyone, but
To have the balls to do that, I don't think I would have been able if I was working for someone else. But so I actually kind of formulated that group. And again, I said there's 2 other guys in that little mastermind group. But basically I was in a course, a course on developing my business and everything. And I found these other guys that seemed like they were doing well and seemed like smart guys, things that we could help each other out with. So I basically messaged them within the course and created my own mastermind, guys. So just wanted to show you guys that. I meet with those guys, a couple times a week usually. And it's really cool, because sometimes you have to cultivate your network and your inner circle, and people that align with what you're doing and growing. And, a lot of people say like your net worth is your network. I do agree. And, you are the average of the 5 people that you hang around. But guys, you have to seek that out sometimes, right? And, it's not to say like, hey, get rid of your current friends and find new ones, right? But just always be seeking these like-minded individuals and growing that network, and finding people that are aligned with your values and your goals. And that's just going to really help you continue to level up. And sometimes if you can't find it in your own, current actual physical environment, seek that type of stuff online. I'm in multiple mastermind groups and courses and things like that, to try to seek that out. And so, these are great group of guys. One lives in New York, one lives in Philadelphia. I think also lives in somewhere in Chicago, I believe. So yeah, they're all over the place, right? But I was able to cultivate people that are doing similar things that I'm doing. A couple of them way even better than me as far as success and, revenue in their business and everything like that. But just wanted to show you guys a little circle into that, because I'm constantly seeking out like-minded individuals to help me continue to level up and help them at the same time.
Oh, but it's been good. I feel like I've lost some weight. I'm about 160 now, which I said I want to kind of get down to.
I feel pretty good. No, huge changes. It just feels like it's more like a patience and it takes time situation than anything. So it is currently 10:08 a.m. And I usually have breakfast earlier than this. Usually at 8:30. But I just have not had a moment all morning with the tasks, kind of getting the day started and calls so far. So this is kind of the first time I've had any pocket of time to eat breakfast. Usually takes me about 20 minutes to cook and eat breakfast. So that's what I'm going to do. But I'm also going to show you guys the response from my coach, because that dictates what I get to have for breakfast. So I'm going to watch this for the first time and show you guys as well. Well, I think my coach sent me the wrong check-in, so I'm gonna have to text him real quick and get the right check-in, because that's definitely not the information for me. So that's never happened before, but hopefully you can get back to me quickly on my check-in response. So a little blooper here. We'll see what he has to say. Alrighty, so my coach was able to get right back to me, and now we're gonna see the real response here.
Good morning, brother. All right, so first things first, I appreciate you getting me over your check-in on time. Now, I do want to go over a few things here, and I want to first go over X's and O's before we transition into the adjustments, or better yet, your posing critiques. Now, this week, we went ahead and moved one moderate day to a low day. I want another check-in from you on, let's say, Friday. All right, let me see here. So Tuesday, day of a high day. Yeah, and then 2 days of low days. You know what? Send me your check-in Saturday morning. Okay, send me your check-in Saturday morning after 3 low days, and I want to see where we are. If I need to give you more food, if I want to take food away, whatever we are, I want to make sure that I have enough of runway to do it before the following check-in of next week. Okay, so with that being said, basically keeping things the same outside of moving the one moderate day to a low day, and then check in on, I'm going to put it down here. Second check-in on Saturday morning. All right, and then I want to transition over here. First things first, brother, you're progressing beautifully. You look great. We're a pound down on average, more than that from week to week. Now, the biggest thing here is going to be your posing, all right? And I'm going to show you an example. That's why this check-in might have been a little bit more delayed, because I started to get some stuff here because I wanted to go over. This is my client, Jasper. He was in the middle to earn his pro card almost the entire show. And he lost it because he started to do this with his shoulder. He started to truly sacrifice his own width, which took away from his entire front shot. And this man looked great. He was on point. He was one of the most conditioned in the show, had the most balance in the show. He was good balance from back front to back. Ended up placing 4th because of his posing. After being in the middle, almost middle is where you want to be. After being in the middle almost the whole time. I do not want to see this happen to you. Granted, this was a little more dramatic than what I'm seeing here with you, but your shoulder area right is still extremely tight, especially compared to your right. If I'm looking at it here, or my right, your left. Okay, so again, we have to fix this. Also, your hand. Okay, from what I'm looking like you're doing a closed hand, right? So what you're going to do is completely close your hand into a fist. You're not squeezing it. And then you're going to put your thumb behind your back just like this, and then you're here. You're not here, okay? Close the hand here. We've got to loosen up the shoulder somehow. We got to just loosen it up. We got to find, whether it's a masseuse, whether it's you doing active work. We have 4 weeks, so you have enough time if you start it now. And then when you look at the back shot, this is one of the worst back shots you've set to date. Look at your previous back shots, and I'm not saying muscle-wise, I'm not saying condition-wise, I'm saying posing-wise. Look how off this shoulder is compared to your other, okay? So something's not coming through in our posing. Look, if I draw a straight line from the top of your shoulder, right, this is how much space we're off. In bodybuilding, that's a lot, okay? So we gotta find that. I know it's hard, but you lifting this much up is sacrificing the width here in your back shot, all right, compared to, as you can see it here in your right, where you look so much wider. We're not the widest guy. That's the reality. Our genetic makeup is not the widest guy on stage, right? That's why we're erring on the side of conditioning, and we're going to nail your peak to be as full as we possibly can. That's going to be enough. But these sacrifices in the posing, it's going to hurt, all right? So we got to clean that up, all right? But nonetheless, brother, your base looks so much better, right? And you look great. You do. You look fucking peeled. Also, don't forget, this is something that we can try to go over, but when you breathe down on your midsection, like, don't cave your chest in, but breathe all the air out, and that should allow you to connect with the midsection a little bit more, and also get your obliques to pop here. All right. Again, everything is set. I know I just threw a lot at you. Digest it. Let me know if there's any questions. You look great. Let me be clear. But presentation, you can look as good as you want. Presentation isn't on point. You're going to hurt yourself. And then lastly, I'm showing you something that I haven't showed anybody. So please keep this to yourself. We're announcing all these shorts today, but not all of them, but each until the launch. So you say you like a red and black pair for your company. We have a new pair dropping tomorrow. Oh my God, we have a new pair dropping on Friday, but I think this is actually getting released either today or tomorrow to the public to show. So to give you that heads up, if you like these, they drop on May 30th, in 3 days. And let's see. I don't know. I can't answer the question of what size. It depends on what your waist is, but I would guess anywhere between a 28, 29 maybe. That's what I would think you would be at. But yeah, I would think about 20. It's hard to say because I don't know what your waist size is, but 28 or 29.
So that was a response, a little bit harsh on some of those things, but that's, just like I give my clients tough love sometimes, that's what I respond best to. And I think honestly with the back pose, how he said that was my worst back pose, I completely agree, and I think it's because when I was making this video for you guys, I kind of rushed through that. Usually it takes me a couple times to really, get a good picture, and I think I rushed through that. So I'm going to explain that to him here in a sec, but usually I watch that check-in, and I'm making my breakfast at the same time. So I'll show you guys what the breakfast looks like once I'm done with that. But getting that check-in lets me know, and it sounds like I do have a high day today, which is great. So I'll probably be in a better mood later on today as I carb up. Yeah, and I didn't show you guys, but I did have a second cup of coffee while I was working. I made that real quick in between calls, and I'm actually making yerba mate, and this will be my last bit of caffeine for the day, because I like to shut it off around 11 or noon. So this will be my last bit of caffeine for the day with the yerba mate tea, and I'll show you guys the breakfast, and we'll go from there. So breakfast is done, and I'm super excited because I am on my one high day, my high carb day of the week, filming this for you guys today. So the rest of the day is going to be good, nice and high in carbs. So I've got 70 grams of oatmeal with 100 grams of berries. We've got 250 grams of egg whites with 1 whole egg, fat-free mozzarella cheese. We've got 1 banana. We've got 18 grams of peanut butter. And then my supplements, I take Tongkat Ali, which is a natural testosterone support supplement coupled with boron. That's like one of the only like testosterone support supplements that actually has research around it that actually can help improve things. We've got, right now I'm taking conjugated linoleic acid, which is a natural fat burner. I usually don't push fat burners or anything, but since I'm prepping for bodybuilding competition, I'm doing everything I can. And this is a digestive enzyme supplement, so just helping me digest my food. And then I drink 1 Gatorade Zero every day for electrolytes, and it's just water. So I'm gonna dive into this, super excited here. So I'll crush this. Man, super pumped for a high day. I am chomping at the bit to eat this. So that's my meal. My high day, just so you guys know, is about 2,400 calories for me right now, which is a lot higher than my normal days at like 1,600 calories right now. Again, 1 month out from my bodybuilding prep. So gonna crush this. I'll see you guys in the next clip. I wanted to highlight real quick as well that I usually watch, again, educational YouTube videos while I eat my meals, to kind of habit stack that. So just wanted to show you guys that.
Yeah, I slept okay. I think I woke up with a little bit of sweat, but I feel like I have.
So actually just wanted to show you guys a lot of times, so my assistant coach that I have, that helps me with my client fulfillment, he records all the calls that he has with my clients, and then a lot of times instead of YouTube videos, I'm watching these recorded calls so that I know what's going on with my clients, even if I'm not on the calls. And I usually watch it in 1.5 to 2 times speed, so that I get through it quickly while I eat or whatever I'm doing. Maybe I'm doing busy work and I'm watching these calls. It's another thing to kind of habit stack on top of the stuff that I'm already doing to, just be as efficient as possible. So just want to show you guys that. Peace. So my posing coach actually got back to me because I sent him the video of me posing this morning. So I'm gonna show you guys his response.
You set up into your pose, but you dip first and then you stand up. Set up into your lower body first, head is on top of my pelvis, and then sway your arm into your front pose. When you transition to your back and then transition here, feel free to speed up the tempo here. Let's not focus too much about trying to hit this perfectly, but let's really try to relax your back as you float your arms out, so the tempo should look like this. And then when you hook your hands, it looks like we could open up your right lat a little bit more. Let's try to hook your thumbs a little bit lower, more on your hip bone rather than like in your waist. So the more you could like lower your grip, the easier it should be to pull out that right lat, because it's improving a lot, but we could open up a little bit more. All right, first off, you set up.
That's pretty helpful. He's really good at just good feedback. He sees everything. He's just a master of his craft. So that's Josh Matali, again, by the way. Josh X Mata on Instagram. But I'm about to start my meeting with my team, my assistant coach and my 2 kind of virtual assistants that help me with tedious tasks throughout the day. So I'll introduce you guys to them. Usually I meet with my team a lot earlier than now, but like I said, I just had other calls and things pop up, so I had to push it a little bit later. So I'll get them going for the day. I'll introduce you guys to them at some point during the meeting, and I'll see you guys in the next clip. Mars in uniform. I love it every time now. Good stuff.
I got it in my corner.
You're a rebel, Herb. You're just like...
I got it on my screen, though.
Okay. This is the team, guys. Anna's not on camera, I guess. But yeah, Mars got the FJT merch all the way in the Philippines. But yeah, this is my team that helps me do what I do. Herb's are, I already had a clip because I was watching the video of you and Dave, Herb. So, but yeah, just kind of going through my whole day just to kind of show what a day in my life looks like and everything. So
before you come all famous and shit.
All right, one thing I do every Tuesday as well, because I meal prep every Wednesday, is that I do my grocery shopping. And now I used to go to the grocery store every single week. And if you really think about it, like going to the grocery store, buying everything, going around, getting what you need, it's like at least an hour-long thing out of your week. So now what I do is I use Instacart, and it takes me like 5 minutes to order my groceries, and then it's delivered right to my door. So I'm gonna take the 5 minutes, order everything I need right here, and I'll show you guys later when the groceries actually come in, and I'll put it up and show you kind of everything that I get. But just wanted to let you guys know, like Instacart or like delivery services like that is a huge time saver and a huge hack, right? So if we're talking about efficiency, this has been an absolute game changer for me. I actually do enjoy going to the grocery, but it's something I gave up because this saves a lot of time, right? Another thing to note real quick, you guys might have already noticed that my phone is in black and white, and that's because I'm someone that can get really addicted to my phone, and I only want to be able to use my phone during work days, like for work stuff, right? So I keep my phone on black and white, so I'm less addicted to my phone and I can get more tasks done. But yeah, ordering these groceries real quick, and then I've got quite a bit more notifications and busy work to do. But then after that, I'm going to show you guys me getting my workout in my garage. So looking forward to that. I'll see you guys in the next clip. All right, so this is the best part of the day. And so we're going into the garage gym, which since my last kind of vlogish video, I've made some updates to. So one thing I got was this really versatile bench. So it goes incline, it goes decline. It also has like a low back extension that you see there, and you can also use that same pad here as a preacher curl as well. So didn't have the assault bike in here last time, so that's there. I've had that for years, but it just wasn't in my garage. I was letting my dad use it, and now that I got the garage gym all set up, I was like, want the bike back. So it's kind of an Indian giver there. Other updates that I don't think I had last time was got my logo up there. I don't think this was here last time, the Be Someone, and I got another mirror. So everything is pretty much set up here in the garage. I also got a Nordic hamstring curl. So those are a few things that I got. Now everything is pretty much set up. I don't think I had this last time either. It's just a fan that also has water at the bottom. So this is basically the AC of the garage gym. I've started training a few clients in here. And so, yeah, it's kind of an investment in stuff that I do. And then, not sure if this lighting was in here last time, but let's just recognize and appreciate how cool that looks. Pretty sweet. So that's that. Today I have back and rear delts. So that's what we're gonna be hitting. So I'm gonna go ahead and get warmed up, and I'll take you guys through some of my workout here. But yeah, so I'm getting everything in the garage gym today so that I can actually vlog this and talk in between sets and things like that. I actually don't work out in my garage very often. Oh yeah, this is a chalk bowl that I got, which is pretty excessive for a garage gym, but I thought that was pretty sweet. But yeah, I usually work out at a gym called Species now, which is a really cool gym here in Katy. But one, today's a busy day, so I wanted to get something in here, but also so that I can film and talk, and there's not a bunch of music and loud people and things like that. And I can kind of be in the comfort of my own space and show you guys the workout. So That's the gym setup. Let's go ahead and get into it. First exercise that I have is lat pulls. And so this is usually done with a cable, cable machine, cable attachment. I'm gonna be using resistance bands because that's what I have in the garage gym. Maybe at some point I'll get a big functional cable. That's something I would like to have, but that's a pretty big expense. So resistance band, lat pulls, and the first set is high reps. So it's 30 reps, and they kind of descend each set that I do. But that's the first one to hit the lats. You guys will notice, again, I've shown back workouts before, but I like to do a lat movement, then kind of a rowing movement, and alternate between those two. And then we also have some rear delts towards the end today, and a little bit of core. So this is the first exercise. I'll go ahead and hit this. I won't show you guys the whole 30 reps, but basically it's gonna be right here, boom. Find a good distance where it's challenging enough, and that's that. So I'm gonna hit the rest of this. I'll see you guys in the next clip. So this is my top set of 10 last set here. And I've got all the bands on the resistance bands here all stacked up. So this is the heaviest I can go on this, but yeah, getting 10 reps here, and then that'll be it for these sets. I didn't show you the couple of sets in between this, and then we'll be on to the next exercise. So I'm gonna show you guys the top set here. See if we can get kind of close to failure. Pretty good. The only thing that kind of is disappointing about the resistance bands for this specific exercise is, for the lats and specifically this one, like the stretch is more of what I want to be overloading on this movement. And with the resistance band, obviously it's a lot harder at the bottom. So that's the only thing that's a bummer about, but you got to make do with what you have here in the garage gym. So that's that one. My next exercises are going to be, it would have been a seated cable row, but instead of that one, I'm going to do a T-bar attachment, so a T-bar row. So we're going to be doing that, and we are going to superset that with the low back extension that I showed you guys here. So I'm going to be doing sets of those. I'll show you guys maybe a set or two, but that's what we have next. And I'll see you guys in the next clip. Peace. So this is my top set of the T-bar rows. Figured I'd show you guys this one. It's somewhere between 6 to 10 reps. A little heavier here. I chalked up. I got my belt on. Again, this really old belt that was from my high school. This is like almost as old as me. But it fits the garage gym vibes. All right, so 6 to 10 here. We'll see what we can get. I've been supersetting it with the low back extensions, just not showing you guys that. Weighted low back extensions. So I got this top set, and then I've got a back off set here for 15 reps, but I'm just going to show you guys the top set, and then we'll be right into the next exercise. Again, supersetting as much as I can, all right? So for efficiency, let's go ahead and get it. Got the 10. All right, you guys, we are starting to get a little bit of a pump here. So I'm gonna give a little physique update in the next exercise. Here on out, be shirtless. So that's what the front's looking like right now. I'll go ahead and do my right there. And then it's right here. Back pump. So that's how we're looking. Let's go ahead and knock out. It's supposed to be close grip lat pull down in the gym, but today, since we're working with what we got, I'm gonna do chin ups, basically to failure on this, and I'm gonna be supersetting these with decline sit-ups. So that's what we got. on this one. Let's go ahead and knock these out, see how much we can get. Kind of close grip here. Hopefully I'm getting somewhat of a Christmas tree forming in the back. Fuck. Let's get one more. There we go. Possibly some better lighting this way. Let's see. So one thing I wanted to mention is I've never shaved my legs in my life. And I shaved my legs for the first time. Now I feel like you can see a little bit more definition in these puppies. Guys, I never thought I was gonna do bodybuilding. I just kind of thought the pageantry of it was all kind of weird to me. But going through this process, I got a lot more respect for the sport. It's just like, it really pushes you. And I kind of like underestimated. I was like, it's not gonna be that. It really pushes you, pushes your mindset. I feel like this is making me a better coach just going through this experience. So whether you do a bodybuilding competition or something else, some sort of like big goal, like push yourself out of your comfort zone, because this was definitely something outside of my comfort zone, and it's just caused me to grow. So highly recommend, like whether it's like a high rocks competition, like some sort of powerlifting, weightlifting, half marathon, like whatever it is, like I suggest having like a deadline and a specific goal that you're shooting for. But then don't forget to enjoy the process every step of the way, because that's something I've learned in the past doing powerlifting competitions. It was just all about the numbers. Like I was just training for the one day, right? And now it's like I'm enjoying every step of the way. I'm learning every day, and I'm really trying to soak up the process and enjoy every moment of it. So loving this, learning a lot. I feel like it's helping me grow. Yeah, it's been an experience so far. We got about 4.5 weeks left, about a month left completely. So I don't have a back machine, which is what I was supposed to be doing in the gym. So what we're gonna be doing is the TRX rows. I'm not gonna show you guys that, bore you with that, but just doing TRX rows. And then all we have left after that is some rear delt flies. And we're gonna do kind of like one side at a time pull-ups, and then we're done. So wrapping it up here, it's probably, looks like it's gonna take me about an hour with this workout, which is a little bit longer for me, but been like kind of talking in between and filming and things like that. But hope you guys got a window into what it looks like into my training. I'm gonna open up the garage door real quick, because also the lighting in these mirrors, whenever the garage door is open, is kind of ridiculous as well. So let me just do that real quick before I wrap things up here. I've been trying to capture a lot of pictures. The people that have competed in bodybuilding just keep telling me, they're just like, oh geez. Well, there goes my lighting. I'll set that back up. Luckily it doesn't look like it broke. But anyone that's competed has been giving me the advice of just take as many videos and pictures as you can, because you're gonna wanna look back on it and see how lean you are and everything. So that's how we're looking with the natural lighting here coming in. So not bad. Still got a whole month to try to get as lean as I possibly can, but starting to see some striations and veins and places that I've never seen before. So guys, that'll be it. I'm gonna set my lighting back up, wrap up this workout. Next thing you'll see is I'll show you my second meal of the day, this is a lot later in the day than I would usually have my second meal. But I'll show you guys what I'm eating, and then we'll get back to work. This is kind of a trade-off that I trade is, you know, I could work out early in the morning. I could work out like last thing at night and not kind of break up my day, but
This middle of the day, you know, since I can kind of control my schedule, really works well for me because I can kind of use it as my lunch break, which, you know, the workout takes me about an hour and this next meal takes me like 10 minutes to eat. It's really quick. And then it gives me a break where, like, you know, I get a mental break and I get to work my body, and then I get to go back into work like fully rejuvenated, ready to crush it, and like energized again for my clients and everything that I got going on. So that's the way I do it. You know, find something that works with your schedule. But the reason I say it's a trade-off is because usually, you know, since I took a whole hour to work out now, like my day, you guys will see, like my day's gonna go kind of long, right? Like I'm probably not gonna stop working until like 7:30, 8 p.m. to be honest with you tonight. So you guys will see kind of the rest of how my day wraps up. The other thing about bodybuilding is I do have cardio later at night. That's probably going to be the last thing that I do before my last meal of the day and everything. That's, you know, I probably won't wrap up that till like 8:45 or something. So you guys will see all that, but I'll see you guys in the next meal, in the next clip. Peace. All right, so this is my second meal of the day. And again, I'm watching my assistant coach have a client call with one of our clients as I eat this meal. But this is actually my favorite meal of the day. It seems really simple, but I never get tired of this. And again, I want to emphasize that I prep out my meals all in one day. It usually takes me like 45 minutes to an hour, and I've got stuff ready to go. So this is going to take me like 10 minutes to eat. So it really does, like when you prep in bulk, it saves you so much time, because otherwise this would have took me like 30 minutes to prepare. But I got quinoa and ground turkey. It's 200 grams of quinoa, 150 grams of ground turkey, 80 grams of broccoli. I also have a protein shake for after my workout. I think it's 30 grams of Gold Standard Optimum Nutrition whey isolate. And there's also 10 grams of creatine in there. And I'm still sipping on the Gatorade throughout the day, just water. And along with this meal, I have more supplements. So I'm a little excessive, guys. You don't need to take as many supplements as me. I'm just kind of a nerd and I like to really optimize. I don't recommend this many supplements to my clients because it's kind of excessive, but I like to like really optimize things. So I've got my multivitamin. I definitely would recommend that. D3, I'd recommend that too. Ginkgo biloba is not necessary really, but it helps with memory. Magnesium helps with a lot of things along with zinc. And then choline bitartrate. There's a lot of mental benefits to choline bitartrate as well. So these two are kind of like more nootropics for me. And then fish oil is a great one as well. I take that. And then I take a elderberry gummy for my immune system. And that's it as far as supplements go. So just wanted to show you guys this meal. I'm going to scarf this down as I finish the rest of that client call, so that I know kind of what to adjust for that client. And then I'll be basically back to just doing busy work for probably the next couple hours before my next set of few calls that I'm going to have. So see you guys in the next clip.
Diet was total crap. And he was like, dude, I'm training for this.
Alrighty, so I'm actually taking a quick little 10-minute break to go check my mail outside. And again, I'm watching another recording of a client call that Herb's having with one of my clients at the same time. Always multitasking. Let me pause this. Always multitasking, you know, habit stacking things that I can to be as efficient as possible. But throughout the day, whenever I have little pockets of time, and you know, I've got a little pocket of time before my next call after doing some busy work here, I try to get like 5 to 10 minutes of just getting the sun, getting some steps in, you know, finding those little 5 to 10 minute breaks to get these little bit of extra activity in. It's good obviously for burning some extra calories, good physically, but it helps me mentally too as I just like work throughout the day. Something I'd suggest, you know, just finding anyone has these little 5 to 10 minute pockets of time where in between tasks you can just take a little bit of a step away. It actually helps you focus more when you get back to it. So just wanted to let you guys know that. And then when I get back in, after checking my mail, getting some steps in, I've got these 3 client calls, the group call, some more busy work, and we'll get back to it. So see you guys in the next clip. Got a call in like 5 minutes, but my groceries just arrived from that Instacart order that I had earlier. So just wanted to show you guys it's super convenient, delivered right to my door. So I'm gonna get these really quickly into my kitchen and show you guys what I got right before this call. So guys, so I'm gonna show you really quickly everything I got, and then I'm gonna put it up really quick. So I love Fresca. It's the only diet soda that I drink. And I have one a day, and I'm very strict on myself with that. Even my coach said, hey, don't go over one a day, but that little bit of artificial sweeteners isn't gonna harm you, so not bad there. So that's what I got as my beverage for the week. Ground turkey is one of the meats that I have for one of my meals, like I showed you guys earlier. Chicken tenderloins, which you guys will see in my next meal. More ground turkey, more chicken tenderloins. My last meal of the day that you guys will see later is lean ground beef, 93.7, and as well the ground turkey is 93.7 lean ground turkey. Oiko's 000 Greek yogurt, that's a great one. Sweet potatoes, you guys will see that in my next 2 meals. We got a carton of eggs. There's also egg whites here. Bananas, which you guys saw me eat earlier. Broccoli, which is in like 2 or 3 of my meals. Carrots, which is in my last meal of the day. The fat-free mozzarella cheese that you guys saw me eat in the morning. Strawberries, which is a part of my dinner, the last meal you guys will see. And you guys saw the blueberries from earlier this morning. So that's my grocery haul. That gets me ready for this whole next week to meal prep tomorrow. And this all ran me about $120 for the whole week. And I would say, like, for my clients, like typically a typical grocery haul for a whole week is like anywhere from $75 to $120 like this today. This is kind of more on the expensive side with some of the bulk stuff that I got. So hope that's helpful for you guys. Hope that gives you some insight into my meals. I'm gonna put this up really quick because I'm gonna be running late for this call. Not having the sleep and not having the energy is, you're just fighting an uphill battle at that point. So I'm glad
I
that's
barely function at fucking work, dude.
Will kind of crack up because, like, if it's my job or if it's something, I try to respond right then and there.
Mm-hmm.
But if I don't, I'll forget, and so I have to just apply that.
Yes. Yeah. Why is it that, like, for our jobs and certain things, like we are on top of it 100%? But
that fear factor, like I'm afraid with work that I'm going to forget something and then I'm going to make a mistake and it's going to cause people a lot of money or pain.
Okay.
Right?
So yes.
It causes myself pain. By not doing it.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, pain is probably the biggest driver for most people to change things, right? So, like, I mean, for you, hey John, can you hear me all right?
Hey, Caleb. Yeah, I can hear you okay, man. How's it going?
Perfect, brother. Going pretty good. Just staying out of trouble, my man. How about yourself?
Doing the same. Sorry, playing phone tag with you, man.
Yeah, all good. Yeah, this first one, just be a phone call just to kind of see, how I can help you. So it looked like you had booked some time about possibly, developing a routine so that you can actually stick to. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I think that sounds pretty well. I haven't really, I think I told.
Third meal of the day. So this meal is gonna be, it's 150 grams of chicken tenderloins, and I actually had to sprinkle in a little bit of turkey because I was running out of chicken a little bit, so I'm gonna have to eat more turkey than chicken tomorrow because I'll meal prep tomorrow. But then, so it's 150 grams of those meats, 200 grams of sweet potatoes, and 80 grams of broccoli. And I hadn't shared it yet, but I have been on a sriracha kick. So I put hot sauce on everything. That's basically how I flavor my foods. And I switch it up. I like to change it up and have different hot sauces, but I've just been on a sriracha kick recently. And it's been tasting really good. So I'm gonna crush this meal. And then basically the next thing you guys will see is I do a group coaching call with I have a mentor, right? Someone who helped me get my business started, get things up and running. At this point, we kind of barter services. So I teach a lot of his clients, right? A lot of other online coaches just getting into the space. I do a group call with them once a week, and I help them, build their business, outreach, figure out how to get clients, and also on fulfillment, also on how to do sales calls, all that type of stuff. I help them with those things, and he helps me continue to grow my business and scale things up and everything. So it's pretty cool relationship that I've built with him. But yeah, guys, so I'm gonna crush this meal. You guys will see maybe a little clip of that group call. That's my last actual call for the day. And then again, just back to busy work, updating workouts, probably a ton of weekly check-ins at this point because I haven't been checking my notifications since I've been on calls. So you guys will see me do a little bit of that. And then probably after that, I'll knock out cardio once I'm done with all my tasks for the day. I'll show you guys kind of preparing for the next day as well. And then I'll have one more meal after cardio. And then we'll kind of go through my wind down, how I wind down and get ready for sleep and all that type of stuff too. So I'm going to crush this. I will talk to you guys in a bit. When someone's asking questions like that, I'd just be like, I would just go right into, yes, I am. Like, what are your fitness goals? Like, just steer it right towards a fitness conversation. Just try.
Oh yeah, I didn't even ask for that.
Yeah, so just try to get away from like, I know that you're trying to build some rapport, but honestly, just get right into it. Like, you can build rapport later. You can build rapport by asking about their fitness, like, and just not beating around the bush.
Recording in progress.
Yo, Aiden, I appreciate you getting the check-in over to me as always, brother.
Recording in progress.
Yo, Alicia, I appreciate you getting this check-in over to me as always. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Hey, Haley, I appreciate you getting the check-in over to me as always. Yo, Cam, my man, I appreciate you getting the check-in over to me as always, brother. So, Adam, I appreciate you getting the check-in over to me, brother. All right, guys. So it is 7:45 p.m. And I'm officially gonna kind of like call it a wraps on the client work for the day, all the busy work, the weekly check-ins. Been doing that for a while. Gonna go ahead and shut that down. I'm gonna journal, do my to-dos for tomorrow to set myself for a successful day. Again, tomorrow, right? You got to do that every night. I've got a long list of to-dos to kind of take a look at and game plan my day tomorrow. I got another busy one tomorrow. So this is a pretty typical day for me. You guys probably noticed, I started the day. I woke up officially at 6:15 this morning is when I got out of bed after my alarm was going off for a little bit. So I woke up at 6:15 this morning. It's now 7:45. So that's, a 12 and a half hour day. And I did have, a workout and some quick meals in between and that 10-minute walk. Those were really my only breaks. So pretty close to a 12-hour day. This is honestly a very typical day for me, Monday through Friday. And then I do also work on the weekends. It's just what it entails, if you want to do something that you love, and I hope you guys can tell, like I'm more energized at the end of the day than I was at the beginning of the day because I love what I do. It like fills me up. So if you work really hard but you enjoy what you do and you're passionate about it, I feel like you'll never burn out. Like you'll never be drained. And I'm just always I'm motivated for tomorrow. After, getting ready to do these to-dos, kind of looking at my schedule briefly to see what I've got in store tomorrow. Like I'm pumped up for the day tomorrow, right? So it's just a constant hey, I'm working really hard, but I love what I do. I'm passionate. I love pouring as much as I can into my clients and those potential clients that I talk to on calls, right? And something you probably noticed today too is I give a lot of tough love, and it's something that I've had to make a shift towards. I think I'd almost in the past, I was almost like a friend to a lot of my clients, but guys, it's a completely different relationship. And I do give a lot of tough love because that's actually what resonates with me, with the coaches that I work with. You guys saw that today. I talked with my counselor / life coach, Richard. I got a check-in from my fitness coach preparing me for this bodybuilding competition. And I did that group call for my other mentor that helps me with my business. They all give me a lot of tough love, right? And that's what helps me grow. That's what helps me make the changes that I need to make to get better, right? So that's what I try to do for the people that I coach, okay? Both, in my clients, the people that I help through my mentor to help his clients as well. Just anyone I come in contact with, I want to help them overcome limiting beliefs that they might be having. I feel like that's actually what my profession is, just helping people overcome limiting beliefs and step into the best version of themselves. So that's what I've been doing all day. It's, I'm kind of ranting at this point, but hope you guys have gotten a good insight into what I do. Again, we're kind of at the point where I started this video yesterday. But again, it's 7:45. Now it's like 7:46, 7:47. And I still need to do cardio for the day. I've got 45 minutes of cardio to do. And then I've got my last meal of the day. And then I'll show you guys me kind of winding down and then going to bed. So you guys get the whole look at what it looks like, a day in the life. And it's busy, but I love it. Wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm in this chapter of my life where I am single. I am purposely single right now. You know, I was in a long relationship, I've chosen not to try to pursue anything for a while and just kind of focus on me, you know, build the man that I want to be for my future wife and kids and family that I want to build. So that's just where my focus is at right now. So I can work these long hours and pour so much into all this because this is what I have going on, right? So, I'll show you guys, you know, I usually listen to an audiobook while I do my cardio. So I'll show you guys what I do with that little routine and my last meal and winding down. And that's going to be it. So hope this has been enjoyable for you. I'll see you guys in the next clip. All right, we got the cardio started in the cardio room. And so we are doing 10% incline at 3.4 miles per hour for 45 minutes. I'm listening to The Art of Impossible by Stephen Kotler. It's a great book. This is my second time listening to it. I usually listen to an audiobook while I do cardio. I used to, when cardio was harder for me to get in, and it was like kind of like more of a chore. I feel like I'm used to it by now in this prep. But I would watch like a TV show that I really liked. And that's a good tactic, guys. Like if you can do that to get yourself into the zone and get yourself to do a habit, highly recommend that. Now it's like, now I'm habit stacking. Now I'm doing something that I also want to get done while I do the cardio, killing two birds with one stone. But that's a really good way to get yourself into doing a habit, like do something you enjoy stacked with something that you're trying to do, right? So good thing there. But yeah, we're 12 minutes in. I will check back in with you guys when I'm done with this. Peace. That is the cardio, guys, and that got us to almost 10K steps for the day. And I want to highlight something, guys. I want to be very clear about this. What I'm doing is not a sustainable approach, right? Working out hard 5 times a week with resistance training in a deficit, doing 45 minutes of cardio every single day, this is not sustainable, right? I am pushing things to the extreme because I am competing in a bodybuilding competition. Right? I just want to be very clear about that. This is not what kind of program I set up for my clients, right? So I just want to be very clear because I very much so want to set up my busy professional clients with sustainable approaches that balance with their busy lifestyle, their careers, their family life, everything like that. And typically that's what I do for myself as well. Right? But I am taking things to the next level, really pushing myself because I'm competing in a bodybuilding competition, right? So just want to highlight that. But that's it as far as the cardio goes. So we are done there. And last things to do is just eat one more solid meal for the day, and then kind of wind down, show you guys how I wind down, get ready for bed and everything. So I'll see you guys with that next meal. Peace. All right, this is my last meal of the day, guys. So we've got, again, 93.7 lean ground beef with the sriracha. We've got 1 Oikos 000 Greek yogurt. We've got 80 grams of carrots, 100 grams of strawberries, and 200 grams of a sweet potato. And like I told you guys, I'm having my 1 Fresca, which is super nice at the end of the night. A little bit of sweetness, curb my sweet tooth. And then I'm drinking, what's this called? I just started drinking this. So it's cinnamon horchata stress and sleep, supports stress response and restful sleep. It's a caffeine-free tea that's got like ashwagandha and like relaxing herbs that I've only been drinking this the last like week or so, but it really does help me wind down. So that's one thing I do to start winding down. And then especially during this bodybuilding prep, I have been taking a little bit of melatonin. I get the gummies, it says 5 milligrams, but I would just take a little bite because 5 milligrams is way too much melatonin. You only need like 1 milligram, if that, to really, get enough to help wind you down. Anything over that is like way overdosed, so don't do more than that. So I'm gonna crush this meal. I'm like chomping at the bit right now. I mean, that's pretty much me every day right now. But I'm gonna finish this meal, show you guys a little bit more of my nightly routine, but we're pretty much wrapping it up. So I'm gonna crush this, talk to you guys soon. Peace. Guys, that is a complete day in my life. Busy Tuesday. Tomorrow's going to be a very similar day. Thursday's going to be a very similar day. Things start to slow down a little bit on Fridays. I can start winding down. And again, like I said, I have the manager and maker days. Weekends are usually my maker days, where I'm more of a content putting together, more of my creative type of work that I like to do. And it's less hours. So, but yeah, you guys just saw me kind of get my clothes set up for tomorrow. All I'm going to do now is just brush my teeth, take a hot shower to really kind of wind down and relax and get ready for bed. So it is officially 9:10 p.m. It's pretty typical for me, start winding down somewhere around 9 o'clock, be in bed by 10, wake up at 6. That's the normal schedule. So guys, if you stuck around this long, I said this in the last vlog, but you are a real one. If you stuck around this long, go to my Instagram, just search Cade Junkerth and message me Elevate Every Day, and I will send you some free FJT merch, because if you stuck around this long, yeah, I appreciate you. So hope this was enjoyable for you. Hope this gives you just a little bit of insight into what it looks like in a day in my life. And hopefully you took away some things that you might be able to implement into your routine to help you get through the day efficiently and effectively, and maybe perform a little better at work and or fitness. So guys, appreciate you. Elevate every damn day. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Elevate. Only obligation is to tell it straight.